Okay, so in this video I want to talk about how to get a good university and a scholarship for your exchange semester. And even not just for exchange semester, if you just want to write better text for a scholarship or for an interview and so on, just watch this video. So I will talk about my general experience, how I pursued my way to Japan. So right now I'm at the Chiba University, and it is one of the better universities in Japan, I would say. And for this exchange year, I got 3 scholarships from my home university, from my exchange university, and from an independent organization. So I just want to give you some tips how to achieve this yourself. So I will not tell you to write this kind of sentence or use this kind of grammar. There are some things that I think you should watch out for that many people forget when they're writing those motivational letters. So I will put this video into 2 parts. One part is how to get a good place at the university, at your dream university. And the second part is how to write motivational letters in general. In my case for scholarships and also for my exchange semester. But let's start with what to watch out for in your exchange semester. So the first thing, and it sounds kind of basic, but I think many people didn't really care for this, is really look, and even before your exchange semester starts, I mean not just half a year before, but 1 year before or 1.5 years before, what university do I want to go in and why do I want to go in there? And I know in many universities, and that is the most important thing, is it is sorted by grades. So you need to not just have your plan where you want to go, but also you need to kind of find out what grade do you need. Because by knowing what grade you need, you can kind of make a plan on how much you should study for some subjects. And the earlier you know what you want to do, the earlier you can prepare for it. So just get some spare time to prepare for it. And I will just talk about my case. So in my case, for example, the grades on my major, just on my major, were important for my exchange semester. The grades on my minor were not that important. So for example, if I know really much before I want to go to an exchange semester, I know, okay, focusing more on the grades in my major is more important than focusing on grades in my minor, if I just think about the exchange semester. And I think many people don't really exactly read the conditions of this. And you can just write an email to a professor or to the person that is, in charge for an exchange semester. Or what is also important, ask people that also went abroad. And ideally, people that went to the same university as you. Because you can ask them how they got into this university or what they needed to do and what they watched out for and so on. And besides having a plan and being structured, also trying to get some connections into people that also did the same thing that you want to do. Not just for exchange semester, I mean in general in your life, getting advice from people that are at the position you want to be in is pretty valuable, I think. So let's start with how to get your scholarship. And like I said, I got the scholarship from my home university, I got a scholarship from my exchange university, and I got a scholarship from an independent German exchange organization. The best scholarship you could get. And the thing is, at first, most scholarships also sort by grades. So that is something you need to watch out for. But in my case in Germany, one thing that is really beneficial is some things you did in your free time. For example, if you gave swimming lessons for free, or if you helped refugees and so on, you should mention this. And in my example, I did some help for Ukrainian refugees in Germany. And I also put this into my resume. You can also put your background if your family, if you had some harsh family situations, some sicknesses or some care work you needed to do for someone or even for other parts of your family, also write this down. This can be more beneficial than you think. And what is the most important thing is, the things you tell in your motivational letter need to be kind of connected. So I myself am a really goal-focused person. I really know all the time, mostly, and if I don't know, I take time to know it. Why am I doing something right now? Why am I taking this course? Why do I want to go to this university? What do I want to do after this university? So in my case, I wanted to research about German-Japanese company structures. So how, for example, German and Japanese work together. And that was my goal for my exchange semester. And I wrote it into my motivational letter too. I want to go to Japan because I want to learn Japanese, to better my Japanese for my research on German-Japanese company structures. And in this case, you can ask yourself many questions. Why should you need Japanese for that? Why did I choose Japan as a country? Why did I choose this university? And in this way also, there was a professor, for example, I wanted to talk with. There's also something you can say. You have a research project you want to do. You also contacted the professors, for example, at that university. You asked them if they can help you, and they research in this and this field, and that's why you want to go there. You really need to do a structured plan why you want to do this. And for example, I have a really diverse cultural background, for example. I'm born in Germany, but my parents come from two different countries. So I was always inside kind of a multicultural family. So that is also something I brought into my resume. I said also a reason why I want to research about differences between German and Japanese culture. I also have a kind of history about this. And that is something important. Of course, everyone knows. At that time, I didn't think like this and that I have this plan. And you cannot think 5 or 10 years into the future. But you need to connect the information in your resume. It needs to be like a fluid structure. Just to be clear again, you make a plan why you go there, and from this plan you can just kind of structure what you want to do there and what you did to get to this point. And another bonus tip, and this is for professors. So for many scholarship applications, you need some professor to write something for you. And to say, okay, the student, I think he's capable of being there, so you need to um, take, you should take him because blah, blah, blah. And he will take some reasons. And of course, in this case, you don't have that much influence on what the professor will talk about you, but I want you to choose wisely. Because in my case, I had many people that um, applied to some professors because it was easy. For example, they had some professor and they thought, yeah, the professor is really chill, or the professor is like really friendly and like a friend for me, so I will go to the professor and he will do it for me. But in this case, I would just take away my personal feelings for a person. Of course, if you have a good connection with a professor, he will write you a better resume. But also, for example, I took a professor that no one went to. And why? Because he was known as the most strictest professor in our study like course system. And many people just said, yeah, I don't want to go to this professor because he's too strict. He will criticize me for so many things and I'm kind of scared of him. But I was the only person that said, I will go to him because I'm not scared of being criticized. And of course, the most general reason was he was researching about what I wanted to research about. How to say? For this kind of scholarship, you needed to have like 5 pages, like a research, like first plan to say what you want to do and how you want to do it and so on. And he kind of helped me and said, yeah, watch out for this thing, watch out for this thing. He didn't tell me that much what to do, but he told me you cannot do this, 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 and this. So I fixed it. And then he told me again, you cannot do this, 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 and this. And then I fixed it. So I needed to decide on my own, but he kind of showed me a way to perfect it. And of course, he couldn't do that much as to say, yeah, look at this again or correct this. But he assisted me. So, yeah, like I said, of course, professors are not that much involved in your research project. They cannot do the things for you because that would be, of course, illegal. But they can tell you sometimes to look at this part again, or look at this part again, or kind of, rethink about your ideas. So yeah, basically those are my tips that I have. And like I said, in general, first focus on your grades, then get a clear plan, and then do what is necessary for your goal, even if it maybe scares you. So yeah, thank you for listening. Have a great day. また今度よろしくね。